A French hostage liberated, a call to ban fireworks, and Nadal wins the French Open. Good evening and welcome to Cette, Semaine en France, This Week in France. I'm Lynné Schoeman. After spending 4 years in captivity, France's last overseas hostage was liberated last Thursday. The 75-year-old humanitarian worker Sophie Petronin was kidnapped by a jihadist group linked to Al-Qaeda in the north of Mali in 2016. Upon her return to France on Friday, Petronin, who has since converted to Islam, said her captors were always respectful and she prefers to see them as armed opposition to the regime and not as terrorists. She also added that she would like to return to Mali, which has caused an outrage, with deputies from the far right slamming her for not respecting the French soldiers who have died fighting terrorism in Mali. The liberation process by the newly formed Malian government has also raised questions since, in exchange for 4 hostages, they have released 200 prisoners, of which many are considered extremists. The effects of the COVID-19 crisis in France are becoming evident, from the flower industry to the Chateau de Versailles. More than 1 in 10 French florists are expected to close up shop, and the 1,000 employees of the Chateau de Versailles just outside of Paris are worried about their jobs since the tourist attraction has seen an 80% drop in visitors. At the same time, coronavirus cases in France are soaring, and the southern cities of Toulouse and Montpellier this week joined Paris, Marseille, Lyon, Grenoble, Saint-Étienne, and Lille in maximum alert status. French health authorities on Saturday reported a record number of nearly 26,900 new infections in 24 hours. President Emmanuel Macron met senior cabinet ministers on Tuesday to discuss possible further measures to fight the pandemic, and he is set to deliver a televised speech on Wednesday. A bill extending the abortion time limit from 12 to 14 weeks and restricting conscientious objection passed its first reading on Thursday in France's National Assembly. Abortion up to 10 weeks was legalized in France in 1975, and the time limit was extended to 12 weeks in 2001. On Monday, France's National Academy of Medicine announced its disagreement with the 2-week delay, arguing that late termination of pregnancy would require surgical procedures that could be harmful to women. In 2019, 232,000 abortions were carried out in France, a number slightly higher than the previous year. French Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin has called for the banning of the sale of fireworks to the general public. His declaration comes after 40 unidentified people armed with metal bars and using fireworks as projectiles on Saturday night tried to storm a police station at the Parisian suburb of Champigny-sur-Marne. And moving on to sports, some people say Rafael Nadal's victory at Roland Garros is the only normal event of 2020. The 34-year-old Spaniard beat Novak Djokovic 6-love, 6-2, 7-5 in the men's final, making him a 13-time champion of the French Open, and he is now tied with Roger Federer at 20 Grand Slam titles. That's all for tonight. Tune in again next week. Au revoir!